You're coming with me. It's full of water. Oh, it's pouring water, it's pouring water. Cool, table install. I've been trying to add more depth to my shots. So I figured I'd try out the table. And it's kind of nice to lean on too, so. Okay, so today I'm gonna be talking about how to do a frontside 360. I've been reluctant to make how-to videos in the past. I think it stems from the fact that I've ridden with snowboard clubs my whole upbringing, I guess. And I see so much value in them. And I think if you want to get better in snowboarding, that's a fantastic way to go about it. I rode with a local club back in Rossland called the Kootenai Riders, now Central Snowboard Academy. And for the last 7 or 8 years, I've ridden with Whistler Valley Snowboard Club over here in Whistler. And all the information I'm about to share with you today is all things I've learned through those snowboard clubs. Now that said, I know snowboard clubs aren't the most accessible thing. Not every mountain has them, and they're expensive too. So I know that's not an option for everyone, and that's why, there's great things like YouTube where you can learn how to do things like snowboarding or learn how to make videos. Like I've learned how to do all of the stuff that I do. And I think, growing up too, I did watch videos like Jibbing with Jeremy Jones, and I think if I was coming up now, I would watch YouTube videos. Someone now who's a snowboarder, I'm reluctant to make how-to videos, but as a kid growing up, I would want someone like me to make these videos. So I'm gonna do my best to put one together. It's my first one, so let me know what you think. But the whole reason you're here is because you want to learn how to do a frontside 360. So I'm gonna take you back and break down how I do the trick in hopes that that can help you go out and do it yourself. Okay, so the first thing you're gonna wanna do before you even go out onto the hill is you're gonna wanna visualize how you're gonna do the trick. I usually start when I'm visualizing at the top of the drop-in, and I'm just looking at the takeoff, and I'm visualizing the line I'm gonna take as I approach the jump. Now, if you're gonna do a frontside 360, you're gonna wanna kind of approach the jump on your toes. As you come up to it, you're gonna transition to your heel, and you're gonna try and draw a nice S up the takeoff. Now, the whole key with this S turn takeoff is you want to line up the S so that when you take off the jump, your board is going straight. So now think about, okay, I've gone down the drop-in, I'm doing that S turn, I've lined up the takeoff nice and straight, and now I'm gonna pop into the trick. The frontside 360, I'm not thinking about putting a lot of rotation into it. It of course depends on the size of the jump that you're gonna be hitting. So I'll think about that too. I'm like, okay, well, how big is this jump? How fast am I gonna have to spin to get this frontside 360 around? This all builds off of having that good straight air. And hopefully you're trying this on a jump where you do have a good clean straight air. I'm sure I could do a whole video on straight airs as well. They're kind of an integral part of any trick, so before you kind of get to this, I would say to really focus on getting a good straight air. But hopefully you've got that, and that's why you're here and you want to work on the frontside 360. And now this is the key of the frontside 360 and probably the hardest thing to learn about this trick, and that's the spot. So let's break down that spot I'm looking for. When I come off the takeoff, my head's gonna be forward, and it's gonna be looking towards the landing. Now, I'm gonna pop, and I'm gonna find that point. And as I rotate, I'm gonna rotate somewhat around that point. And the difficult part is there's a lot of movement going on, so how do I do a frontside 360? Shit. Yeah, whenever I try and explain it on snow, it's kind of like the takeoff's here and the landing's here. When I come off the jump, I'm staring at that point, but the difficult part is as you're coming closer to that point, you're gonna have to kind of let your spot move sort of underneath you. It all kind of rotates as you're moving through the air. This is the crux move of the frontside 360, but the reason this is so essential is that you can see what's going on and you can spot your landing. So pop off takeoff, your eyes are forward, you kind of rotate around it as you're going through the air. It's pretty easy to get stuck looking, say, at that knuckle or something like that. But ideally, you just want to land, you want to spot right where your feet are going to go, and you're going to land looking down, essentially. And hopefully this POV video will make that clear for you, because as I'm doing this right now, I'm figuring out this is kind of hard to explain. I'm gonna be honest. Gaining a lot more respect for coaches and other instructors as I'm doing this video right now. So now that we've visualized, I would say go to the hill, find that jump you're comfortable with, and work through it. I think, geez, I probably would have learned this trick 10 or 12 years ago. Yeah, but I will say it probably took me another, I don't know, 8 years of working on it until it got to the point of where it is now. And I don't say that to discourage anyone. I say that to just take your time, be patient. It'll get there, and to have fun with it. I think that's a big part of it. Just having fun with progression yeah, just have fun with the progression. And I think when you do it right, you'll know, because good snowboarding feels good. And when you get it, it will feel great, and it'll all be worth it. Oh yeah, we should probably talk about grabs. I feel the need to reiterate this, but these aren't necessarily my original thoughts or my opinions. I hold them now, but they were taught to me along the way, specifically from Joe at Whistler Valley. And he'll do a much better job articulating this if you ever get the chance to hear it from him. But if we're talking about grabs on a trick, the grab is there to complement the trick. So as you're working on this, I would say to do it without a grab and just, you know, focus on getting that pop, getting the rotation, getting the spot, make sure you get the spot, and really focus on that. And then once you have that, then build in those grabs and that style to then complement the trick. An indie grab is really great on the frontside 360. It's a fantastic one to just like get that backhand on, and you can really lean into it and it feels amazing. Lots of guys do stalefish, you can do melon, tail. There's a whole bunch of grabs that, you know, just go so nicely with this trick. Yeah, don't be afraid not to grab at first. You know, it's definitely something you want to work on, you want to get to, but these are all things that you can add to the trick, and it's something that can make the trick, once you already have it, be even more fun, trying a different grab on it and things like that. But cool. So since we're doing such a intimate video here, talking head, eye to eye, I figured I'd thank you guys for 200 subscribers. I really appreciate anyone who's decided to come along with me for this, and all the people who've reached out in person and online. Yeah, thank you so much. Sometimes I find it hard in the moment to show my appreciation, but I really do appreciate anyone who's said anything or just tossed a like or whatever. It means a lot, so thank you very much for that. And let's keep going. So yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know if I forgot anything, and I'll see you next week with another video. Wow, I really like this table. It's way nicer to lean on something. Usually I have to sit with my arms down. I'm a big table guy right now. And I will always love you. I really like this table.